What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about our favorite fishing tools and gadgets. I'm happy you guys are all here. I want to hear from you guys too. We're going to make it an open mic night where anybody that wants to can join in and be a part of it, because I would love to hear about your favorite gadgets as well. We'll let some people pile up and get in here. And we hope you guys all had a Merry Christmas. We got a New Year coming up. My wife's birthday is actually New Year's Eve, so she's not too pumped about that. You know how it is. If you have a birthday that's close to Christmas, you kind of get gypped on your presents. What's going on, Nick? Yes, Nick, I remember you. You won the reel. That's awesome, brother. I sent you tracking for it, so you got picked up today. Should be in transit to you. Yo, what's up, Roger? What's going on, Chiz Carp Fishing? I'm ready to get a new year started, though, myself. So, holy smokes. Nick just donated $10, brother. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. John, how you doing, brother? I appreciate you, Nick. Appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. And like I said, we'll let a couple more people get in here, and then we'll hop to it. I can tell you guys what my favorite gadgets are, but I really want to hear from you guys. I'll put a link in there where you guys can join in like last time, and I'd love to hear about some of your guys' favorite gadgets. Hopefully they're different than mine even. Yo, what's going on, Zach? Zach, I checked the tracking on your package, and it shows it finally made it to Indianapolis, but I don't know, man. That's crazy that about 15 miles from where I'm at, and it's taken like 6 or 7 days, and it's still not to you. That's nuts, man. Said hopefully you guys are all having a great day. We'll let some more people get in here, and we'll get to it. Like I said, I want some people to join in. If you would, don't be camera shy. We're all good people here, so... We'll open me a Pepsi. We got Clayton. He's down here with me. You can't see him, but he's down here. You want to say what's up, Clayton?
Hi.
I don't know if you guys heard him or not. Nick S., the Flames. I don't know if I've used those or not. Who makes that one? Yeah, Zach, that's crazy. I would have just hand delivered it to you if I'd have known that. I shipped your package with a whole bunch of them at the same time, and I saw a lot of them are starting to get delivered now, though. Actually, I think there's only 2 that haven't been delivered. The funny thing, yours is the closest one, and it's probably going to be the last one to get delivered. That's crazy. Yo, what's going on, hippie? Austin, how you doing? Okay, Nick, I haven't seen those. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, I haven't seen those. I have to take a look. I know tomorrow night, Palmetto Cats is doing a show where he's going to have Jason. I think he's like the head guy in the U.S. for Piscifun. He's going to be on his show. So you guys may want to check that out. And I may see if I can't get him to come on here one night as well. Yeah, no kidding, Zach. I don't think we have any lakes that are thawed out, at least not too many of them. If you guys are just joining us, if you could hit that like button, I greatly appreciate it. Let me see here. I got somebody that's messaging me. Maybe they're interested in coming on and doing a little talking. But like I said, hopefully you guys will join in. Is anybody interested in coming on? I can put a link in there. We can get started if you guys want. Like I said, I've got 1, 2, I've got like 3 or 4 little things that I'm going to show you guys that I like. They're pretty basic necessities for a fisherman, so most of you probably already have them. And we may do a whole show about reels too. Maybe we could get Jason on and get him involved in that one. Chiz, I'm sure they would. And if you're making them with corn, they'll certainly break. You can always add other stuff to them anyway, like soybean meal or whatever, and make it break. Oh yeah, Nick. I've been using their stuff for, well, not exclusively or anything like that. I'm not like sponsored by them or anything like that. So just know when I do like a review, it's my honest opinion. I'm not lying to you. They're not paying me any money or anything like that. So, but I bought their Chaos, the original Chaos, like whenever it first came out. What was it? A couple of years ago, maybe. And I was like, wow, for the money, you couldn't beat it, you know. And then, I asked them when they had the XS coming out if they'd be interested in donating one that I would give away after I did a review on it. And they did. And I ended up buying like 9 of them, I think. That's how much I liked them. I'm down to 3 of them now, though. Do a whole show on selling the extra rockets. We could do that one right now. Who give me $5? I got 5 now. Give me 6 now. Terrible auctioneer, guys. Zach, why don't you buy those bad boys? Cut you a deal on them. I would love to get rid of them. We're trying to get some shirts going and all that kind of stuff. So I did get my wife a t-shirt press for Christmas. Now we need a sublimation printer is what we need. Well, she can still do like the ones that have vinyl on it, you know, which will be fine. Zach, for 3 of them, I would take $500, brother. We won't ship them. We'll meet you with them. The post office would probably have them for a month. So, but yeah, for 3 of them, I'd take $500. They're brand new in the box. On Abby's website, they're like $199.99 plus tax. So this way you're getting them for like $166 a piece, I think, which is a steal, brother. We got 30 people watching. How's it going, everybody? If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you. We're going to do tons of streams like this in the future until fishing picks up. Once the lakes, thaw out and we get some warm weather, we'll do some live fishing streams again. So, looks like we got 18 likes already, guys. Keep it going. Keep it going, boys. We got 32 watching. Let's get 32 likes. Let's see if we can do it. Clayton can kind of see you a little bit there. He's hiding for some reason, guys. He's been playing that. What's the name of the game, bud?
Fishing Sim World Tour.
Fishing Sim World Tour. We thought about doing a live stream where he shows you boys how to catch them 50, 60 pound mirrors on that bad boy. Something you guys are interested in? Looks like fun. Hey, what's going on, Tim? What part of the country am I in? I'm in Indiana, fishing hippie. Steve, where are you going tomorrow, brother? Awesome, Keith. Love to hear it, brother. Well, Keith, Chow is the GOAT, so I'd probably go with Chow if you got it. And glad to hear it. Keith was one of the winners of that Catfish Sumo. So that tells you guys it is real. People do get their stuff. He won the Catfish Sumo, and it took a while for the post office to get it to him. Sagis. Okay, Steve. I've heard of it. There you go, Nick. Now you got to get 3 more, brother. I guess, what part of Indiana are we in? It'd be East Central, I guess you'd say. You know where Richmond is? We're not too far from Richmond, so. If you know where Richmond's at, we're not too far from it. What part are you from fishing? And who's interested in being one of our first guests where you get to talk about your favorite fishing tool or gadget? I can put a link in the chat. All you have to do is click on it, and you can use your phone, and you'll pop up right beside me here and talk to the stream. Just make sure you mute the YouTube stream first so it doesn't echo back and forth. Give me 1 second here, guys, and we'll Put it in there. Southwest Ohio, gotcha. We fish in Ohio sometimes. There's a link, guys. Somebody click on that and hop in here and tell me what your favorite fishing tool or gadget is. As soon as you hop on, you'll be in a waiting room. Once I see you, we'll get a thumbs up knowing that you're ready, and we'll pull you in. I mean, the Catfish Sumo is okay. It's not like the worst reel in the world or anything. But, you know, the Chaos is way better for less money, in my opinion. So, but the Catfish Sumo, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, for sure, hippie. For sure. Hey, Steve, what's going on, brother? Hippie, I've met a lot of people that are on here. A lot of people. So I like meeting people and putting a face to the screen name. So, but I posted a link there, guys. Somebody click on that bad boy and hop in here. We'll talk about your favorite tool. While we're waiting on that, I'm gonna tell you guys a necessity. All right, this is gonna be a necessity for you guys, and you guys already know it. I bet you already have it. I mean, this is like numero uno, man, because without it, gosh, man, your day could just be terrible. Right here, boys. You guys probably wouldn't consider this a fishing gadget or tool, but I'm going to tell you what. Right there. Without a good pair of shades, oh, man, if you're fishing in the daytime, whoo, prepare to be roughing it. Especially if you get that water just glaring right off back in your face. Got to have the good shades. Not really good. I get mine at Walmart for like $10. You know what I mean? So polarized for sure. For sure. Robert says Rapala lures for the win. Yeah, I'd consider that a tool. Fishing hippie, I wouldn't have a clue where a good place would be on the Ohio River. I'm not from there. I went down there on the Indiana side not long ago, about a year, maybe 2 years ago. And I couldn't find anywhere that didn't have a current that was just crazy. You could throw a 5-ounce sinker in, and that sucker would be all the way down the river as soon as it hits. As soon as it hits, it'd be all the way down there. All right, boys, I posted a link in the chat again. Somebody click on that and hop up in here. Tell us what your favorite tool or gadget is. Let's get some of you guys in on this. I want to know. They want to know. Everybody wants to know. Don't be camera shy. Click it. All you have to do is use your phone. A hook tool, huh? I was kind of looking at some of those, Steve. I've never used one, so. Do you have it with you? Hop up in here and show us what it looks like. Dave, what kind of bite alarms do you have? Why don't you click that link up there and hop in and tell us all about what you got. Shelby, North Carolina, I'm assuming. Zach, yeah, backpack, that's not a bad idea. I used to get into that kind of stuff when I was younger. Now, if my wagon if it don't roll nice and smooth on there, I don't do it. Sometimes we can make Junior over here carry some stuff. He usually breaks it. When I did the video on my wagon right after I did it, he was messing around with it. I mean, literally, like the first or second time I used it, and flipped it over, bent the sides, broke a bunch of the metal on it. It was crazy. That's a good tool right there. That's one of the best tools. Get yourself a wagon and The fold up ones are okay. I had one, but the rivets would break, and it was okay. Get yourself a metal one, preferably one with the bigger tires on it, because I had one with the smaller wagon with the smaller tires, and I loved it. And then once I upgraded to the bigger one with the bigger tires, I was like, "Ooh, baby, love it." $35, that's cheap. Yeah, that's cheap, hippie. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. What are you guys using that stimulus money on? Rockets? Some Abby Garcia reels? What are you guys picking up with that? Some new bass boats? I'll show you guys. This is probably my second favorite tool, all right? There you go, Zach. Come get him, brother. This is my second favorite tool. You guys are going to laugh because I know everybody likes these straw alarms over here. Clayton, can you hand me a straw alarm, bud?
Yeah.
It's right there behind you. I know a lot of guys like the straw alarms. Yeah, for me, they're bulky, they're big. I mean, they're just, I don't know. Not a big guy, okay? Not a big fan of them. Awesome, hippie, awesome. So for me, right here, this is my favorite tool. Now, don't laugh. I know they don't look like much, right? But you clip that on, put your line under it, and I mean, they're loud. You can hear them from 100 yards. I love them. They're only a couple bucks. If you guys are interested in something like this, I have a link in the video description. If you guys buy them, or use any of those links to buy something on Amazon, it does help support the channel. So you don't even have to buy the item you clicked on if you just click that link first. There you go, Jared. That's what I'm saying, brother. That's the only tool you need. You might need some rods though, and some bait to put out there with it. Fishing hippie. He says he's getting where we at with that? Hey, we got Steve in here, guys. Steve, give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Make sure you got the YouTube stream turned off or muted so it doesn't echo back in here. Ready? All right, we're gonna bring Steve in, guys. Are you there, Steve?
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you, brother. You got your volume muted. I think you got it muted on the side of the phone as well. I can't. You've got it muted up by the button. There you go. Now, I think on the side of the phone, you got it muted too.
First time doing it.
Oh, Robert says he heard him. So you know what? Hold on a second, Steve. It might be on my end, brother. Give me just a second here. One second. Hold on a second, Steve. It might be on my end, brother. Give me just a second here. All right. I think I can hear you now. Go ahead, Steve.
Can you hear me now?
I can. You guys will probably hear it clipping back through there, but I had my speakers turned off. So, Brian, I see you in there. Give me just a minute. I'm going to see what Steve's favorite. Back to you, Brian. I'm going to see what Steve's favorite tool is, brother. What you got, brother?
There's that hook out tool.
Awesome. I've seen those, but I've never used one.
Yeah, they really work real well. All you do is put it on the shank of the hook and then push this handle here.
Okay.
And it lifts that up against that, and then you can pop the hook right out of the fish's mouth.
So it actually does pop it out?
Yeah, you take it and then you just do like a little like pop, like with your wrist, and it comes right out of the fish. You don't have to finagle with it or anything.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I've seen those advertised, I think, all over Facebook, if I'm not I'm mistaken. So
Yeah,
and
they
you said
work pretty well. Nice and quick, even in the catfish's mouth. You know how you catch catfish, carp fishing, they come out
yeah.
real easy.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. I was really leery of that thing because I seen them all over, and it just seemed like it wouldn't work on like especially a catfish. You know how tough their mouth is. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We've caught it on the catfish and everything, even in the bottom lip area, you know, where it gets stuck right underneath that gristle part of their lip, bottom lip, and it
oh yeah,
pops right out.
yeah. Sometimes it's hard to get a hook out of their mouth for sure.
You ain't got to worry about getting horned either if you get a yellow belly or something.
Oh man, those are the worst, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They hurt for a while.
Every time I pick one up and throw it back, man, it flips like sideways in the air and gets me, you know. So
Every time. Yep.
yeah, it's crazy how it does that. But
You was talking about those carts. I use one of them blue carts that they have there at Walmart. It's got them big wheels on them.
okay, is yours the
Those,
fold up kind?
yeah, they fold up. I got one. I'd have to run it, or I'm down here in the garage. So
Yeah. I had
yeah.
the fold up kind, and mine they got rivets that they're made with. You know, it's like little pop rivets, and mine the rivets kept coming out. I was pretty hard on it though. We'd take it in some terrain that I'm sure it shouldn't have been on. So
Yeah, nice thing about these is you pull the handle up and it folds right up with you, and you just put a strap around it. And then when you're
yeah,
ready to use it again, unstrap it and push it down.
yeah, yeah. I
Works
think
pretty
they're what like $50, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, they got like 3 different sizes. I think the blue one with the big wheels is probably about the biggest. I think it's like maybe $70, I think, for that one.
Okay. Yeah, I
But yeah,
had
they
one
work
of
pretty
those.
well.
I had one, and then I went to the. Have you seen the metal ones? Do you know who Catfish is? He was an old man that used to fish over at like Martindale and Springwood all the time. Drove a white Jeep. He was from the Richmond area there.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard you talk about him, but I don't know who he is offhand.
Well, he passed away this year, but he had a cart, like a little wagon, little metal wagon, and he wasn't going to use it no more. He couldn't really get it in and out of his vehicle, and he was like, "Hey, $20 if you want it." And that was the first one I had, and man, I love that thing. And then once I went
Oh,
to the big the big one from TSC that got the aired up tires and stuff in it, I was like,
yeah.
the roll. I guess this is going to sound stupid. I'm going to call it the rollability, but the rollability was good, just so much better.
Yeah,
Yeah, it rolled better. We'll just say it like that. But
it worked. Yeah, yep,
yeah,
rolls good.
with them the air in the tires just made it roll so much better.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, these
but
are. It's buried now. I got it all buried in the corner over there, but
yeah,
yeah, they got the big hard wheels on them. They're designed for like beach goers and stuff for the sand and
oh yeah,
stuff, but they roll
yeah.
real well on grass.
We used to when we first got our fold up, we used it for my son's baseball. He played travel ball, and we'd have to roll all the cooler and everything around to the different diamonds and stuff. Now, Steve, this is going to be off topic, man, but I got to know how you liking that Ford truck behind you.
I love it.
Baby.
Yep,
I got
I
a
love
Ford.
it. Yep,
Yeah,
always been a Ford guy. I had a
yeah,
Chevrolet one time, and I
yeah.
went right back to Ford. So
Awesome, man. What engine did you get in that one?
that's got the 5.0 in it.
Got the 5 liter in it.
Yep, yep.
That's a good engine. That's got the Coyote one, so that's a good engine in it.
Yeah, they say it was one of the better, a good one. My old truck had the 5.0 in it. I had a 92 and it had a 5.0 in it, so
Yeah,
I went with that
I've
one.
got I've got one similar to yours. I think yours is newer than mine, probably, but mine's got the EcoBoost with the twin turbo on it,
Oh,
and that's the second one I've had. I really like it too. They don't turn very good though. Have you tried to do a U-turn in yours?
yeah. It's harder. You got to back up, back forward, back up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unless
it's a
you
little
got
different.
like 4 lanes, it's they don't turn real tight for a U-turn.
Nope. Even worse, we got that little bit of snow. I tried it at 4-wheel drive, just to
Yeah,
get it lubed up a little bit, and it was a little more difficult to turn even in the 4-wheel. So
yeah. Yeah,
But
but all right, brother. Well, I appreciate you joining in, man. I've got
hey,
Brian.
no problem.
He's I think he's in the back room here waiting to come in too. I don't know if he's ready or not. But Steve, I appreciate you coming in. We're gonna do some fishing this year, man.
Heck yeah, we'll get out there and hit the banks. Sounds
All right.
good.
Sounds good, brother. We'll see you.
Take care.
You too. Brian, are you ready? I see that camera's flipping over and up and down. And are you ready, man? A fishing hippie talking about Ford. Don't be talking about Fords. All right, man. I'm adding you to the stream, Brian. Everybody can see you, man.
Oh man,
You're busted, dude.
that's all right. It wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah. What's your favorite fishing tool, man?
Probably my multi-tool.
Oh yeah,
It's
you
got
got one where you can see
everything
it?
on it. Yeah. Give me a second.
All right.
I don't really carry a whole lot of tools.
Well, or
I
gadget,
don't.
whatever your favorite gadget.
I mean, I'll
Yeah.
tell you, there's a couple things that are fishing related, but I keep it at the house that I like to use. It works good.
Yeah.
That's my little multi-tool that I like to use.
Gotcha.
My hands are getting so bad with arthritis, it's hard for me to get the hook out of their mouth sometimes, especially if I'm using a hair rig or whatnot.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. So
Yeah, I've got one like it too. Is yours a Leatherman or what brand is yours?
no, it's an Ozark Trail.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why I go for the cheaper ones, because I always leave them somewhere.
I'll tell you why I have a Leatherman because I didn't buy it.
Right.
It was gifted to me. So.
I can't tell you how many fishing knives I've had that I've had to use, and I kind of like stick them in the ground, with a blade in the ground so I don't step on it or something, and I just end up leaving it.
Yeah.
It
I've
sucks.
been there too.
So
Heck, one time I left all my rod holders leaning against a telephone pole or electric pole or whatever you want to call it at Springwood Park. So
I ain't done that one yet.
yeah, I went back to fish the next day and didn't even realize I'd left them there. And when I was looking at these rod holders, I'm like, oh my God, where did I leave them at home? And then I seen them, they was still leaning up against the electric pole right there. I was like, what? And
you got lucky.
I did get lucky, real lucky. So yeah, it doesn't happen often. Usually that stuff's gone.
All right, so the other, if I can figure out how to switch this around, I'll show you the other thing that I like that I got for fishing stuff. There we go. Nope.
I've never switched it around, so I wouldn't know. Well, looks like Brian left us. John says his favorite fishing tool is his backpack. He picked it up from Lowe's and used it for fishing. Works great, carries all of his gear. Awesome. Brian, are you back?
Yeah, I'm just trying to flip the camera around so I could show you this, but it's just not cooperating. I'm not very high tech, so don't make fun of me.
Does it have a button that looks like a flip?
No.
Doesn't? Yeah, I've never done it with one of these, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nick says he's killed 4 Fords at work. Man, imagine if you worked at a Chevy place, you'd really see a lot of them going bad. No, I'm just playing, guys. I like all vehicles, Chevys, Fords. It doesn't matter to me. So, I think they're all good and they're all bad at the same time. As vehicles have advanced with technology, they've also gotten a lot worse in a lot of ways with technology. They're harder to work on, more expensive to fix. If you don't have a scan tool, you're in trouble. And even if you do, it could give you a code for this, but it could be 4 different things down the road causing that to fail. So it's a whole big deal. I like the older stuff. So what was it you were going to show us, Brian?
Well, here's one of the things I got. I got me a little buddy here.
Yes, sir. Those are sweet, dude.
Yeah. It's a little gadgety, keeps you warm.
Those are sweet.
I'll be using it this weekend.
Yeah. You think it's going to be thawed out this weekend?
I hope so. It's supposed to be 40s and 50s. And then the other thing I got tired of bugs and rodents and whatnot getting in my bait bags. So we end up getting one of these things. If I could figure out how to.
Oh yeah, I got
It's
you.
a plastic tub, and then it holds about 40 or so, 35 to 40 pounds of chow. It comes with the scoops.
Yeah.
Comes with a big long tub also that actually, I mean, it's not long, but fits down inside there. I take it out so I put, my bags of wheat bran or anything in there just to keep it organized and whatnot. So ever since I've got
you can never have too many of those, you know it, because
right.
I have the big ones, the real big ones. And just looking to my left, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I have 9 of them, and I still have 50-pound bags of things that are not even in the totes. So you can never have too many of those.
Well, I tried to get one for chow, one for millet, one for oats. You know what I mean? But I found chow really cheap when I was in North Carolina, so I brought back a few bags. So they're all full of chow now.
Now let me ask you this: what do you consider cheap?
I got mine for 75 for 50 pounds, and it's 100 plus tax here in Indiana. So in a lot of places.
Now, I'm gonna tell everybody that's listening and watching right now a secret place to buy chow for $70-something a bag. So everybody that's watching, it doesn't matter what state you're in, you'd be in Indiana, wherever you want. This is a secret that a lot of people don't know. You can order it on Tractor Supply's website. I think it's $76 or $79, and they ship it to the store, and you can go pick it up. In some states, I've heard of it being as low as $50 for a 50-pound bag as well. And I'm talking the Aquamax, the Purina Aquamax. So you guys that are watching that like that chow, it's available in your area as long as you have a Tractor Supply. Order it online, ship it to that store. Free shipping to the store. So, but yeah, it's still, even at that price, I think it's stupid expensive, don't you?
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. But
And,
I say
panko costs just as much, really, if you think about it. I mean, if you're buying it in a can or whatever, panko probably costs more. So,
yeah, I don't use panko a whole lot, so when I buy it, I just buy it in the can. I think I find it at the dollar store for $1. I usually buy 4 cans or so. It gets me through my session.
Yeah, that's all, guys. The one place you can get it pretty cheap is if the Dollar Tree has it, it's $1 a can.
Yeah.
Or if Aldi's has it, I think it's usually like 80 cents or something like that. But those places don't always have that stuff in stock. They get like overstock or whatever. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I got one other thing too. I'll show you that I got that I like to use, especially if I'm nighttime fishing. So
What is that bad boy? I can't tell. Hey, Cody, go get logging with the headlights on it, dude.
They're lights. They're magnetic lights. So what I do is I take them out of the package, and they fit perfectly on my rod stands, and I can face the light up or out, so it constantly will show the rod or the line, because I use high vis green, so it shows up really good at night with the light on it. So
have you ever used the little glow sticks? I used to use those all the time, where you take and they're like $1 at the Dollar Tree. You snap them, shake them, they light up.
Yeah,
I used to take those and put a piece of tape around it and put it on the tip of the rod.
I did it on my bobbers.
As long as you weren't throwing too
catfishing.
Austin,
if I was catfishing, I'd tape them on the bobber.
Austin says he found the 300, not the 200 on their website. That is correct, Austin. Now, they don't have the 200. They have the 300 only, which works just as good as the 200. I mean, it doesn't float or anything like that. So you like the 200 better, Brian?
Yeah. Well, 300 takes more liquid to get right. And I
I've
know
never,
the 2 and the 3, you don't see a whole lot of difference, but there's a big difference. I do not like the 300 at all. I know like a lot of people like to mix the 2 and the 3 together. It's just preference. I don't like using 300 at all.
Zach says he has the inside track for Panko at $12 for 25 pounds. That's a good buy, Zach. I mean, that's a steal, brother. I've used some of those Websteront and stuff like that, but the shipping kind of killed the price of the actual, the actual discount you were getting. Guys, I'm going to show you something that my wife got me and my son for Christmas here. This thing's pretty cool, especially if you're going to be like fishing at night, in the cold weather. It's a toboggan. And then I'll try not to blind you guys. I think it just pushes, but it's actually pretty bright. But it's a toboggan and it's got 3 different settings on it. So it's got like 3 different brightnesses and all that good stuff. So it works really good. I have no idea what she gave for it or where she got it, but I was pretty impressed.
Can you change the batteries in that?
Night Scout. Even better, you can recharge it. It has a USB rechargeable port. You just take
nice.
it.
I wonder how long
it actually pops out. You can pop the light out, and
nice.
then right here you just pull that off. And
I wonder how long it'll hold a charge.
That's a good question. I can't answer that yet. And then I've got this is the light I use when I'm fishing at night. It looks crazy bulky, and I mean it kind of is, but I won't shine it on there because it's stupid bright. I think I gave like $15 or something on I don't know, eBay. You can click it into place. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's got all kinds of modes and it's stupid bright. What you can do for this, it'll last basically a night of fishing. But I bring one of those like, what do they call them? A power bank or whatever, where you can charge your cell phone, you plug your cell phone into it. You can bring one of those and put it in your pocket and then have the cord plugged into that. And you could keep it on all night if you wanted to. Restaurant Depot probably sells panko in huge quantities for a fair price. That's cool. And Austin said he uses only the 200. Some people do. I haven't noticed the difference myself, but Keith says he only uses 300. So
yeah, that's all preference. Some people just like oats. Some people like steamrolled. Some people like old fashioned.
It's again, it's one of those deals that it's all about the confidence, guys. You want to use what you're the most confident in. Jareth, did you want to hop in here too and tell us what your favorite tool is? I know I'd spoke with you earlier. I didn't know if you found a tool or a gadget you wanted to share. I'll share this is my favorite. This is probably my favorite gadget, really, guys. And I didn't know about these things. I didn't know you could get the pliers that had braid cutters on them. I had no idea. Basically, it's 2 razor blades put together, so you don't want to get your finger in there, but it cuts braid way better than scissors. Palmetto, I was going to do it on Sunday, but I'm friggin' bored, man. Unfortunately, I'm just so bored. I might even stream Sunday. Palmetto, you want to hop in here and tell us what your favorite fishing tool or gadget is? We'd love to have you hop in. I told them about your stream tomorrow with the Piscifun guys. Hop in there, brother. But I'll show you guys how easy these cut braid. This is a piece of braid, and it's literally, you don't have to have it tight. It just snaps it right in half. So that'd be my favorite one. Just because I didn't know, And then they sent me 2 of these bad boys, so
I'll take the other one.
Fishing all day, Palmetto. But they sent me 2 of them. This one has the braid cutters on the inside.
All right, I'll take that one.
Yeah. I can't get rid of them, man. I love them too much. I'm going to lose these. See, I took off the thing, so I'll lose these, and then I'll have these that I can lose later on. But Jared said his kids are being too crazy. We don't mind crazy kids, Jared. But yeah, like I said, that's probably my favorite. I used to love braid scissors. You have braid scissors, Brian?
Yeah, I got some.
Do you like them pretty good, or?
Yeah, I mean they get the job done.
Hey, what's up, Roger? Yeah, I had a pair, and I was like, wow, what was I missing out on, you know? And I
Yeah,
lost them, and like it didn't
I
seem like
got
it took long, and they got dull, you know?
I got mine at Walmart for like $2 or $3. They were cheap.
Yeah. I think that's what I gave, about $3 or $4, $2, $3, something like that. And they worked really good originally, and it's like they got really dull really fast. But I lost
Yeah.
them. I didn't even know that had a braid cutter on it. My wife's like, "Use your pliers," and I'm like, "What do you mean use my pliers?" She's like, "It's got a knife on it." I'm like, "Huh?" And yeah, I'm like, "Surely that won't cut braid." And I was wrong. It sure does. The Cuda shears may be the best cutters. They could be. I haven't tried them. We'll have to take a look at them. Jared says you just use a braid as your leader, and yeah, Jared, that's what I do on my casting setups. On my spinning setups, for some reason, I always like braid. I don't know why. So, but Palmetto, have you tried their pliers yet? I know he's got some piss of fun stuff. Oh, awesome! So Nick, he watches Palmetto stuff as well. Like I said, guys, he's doing a show tomorrow, and it's going to be about the chaos stuff, the 40, the 50, and the 60. And he's got I guess he's like the head of the U.S. side of the Piss of Fun stuff. So he's going to have him on the show. Palmetto, I'm not. Is it 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock for that? Let these guys know if you want. I think you're a mod. You can drop a link in there, I believe. So, like I said, it should be something worth watching anyway. But anybody else want to hop in here and tell us what they got? Paul, I was just asking if you had used their Piscifun's braid cutting pliers or anything. So 7 p.m. tomorrow, guys. Make sure you check it out. For sure. Brian, you know anybody that might want to join in and tell us about their favorite tool? I know you got a bunch of fishing buddies.
Oh, I have no idea. I ain't looked at anybody yet.
I can't do much. Apparently, I'm banned on all of them now. So
Yeah, that's all right. You ain't missing nothing.
Yeah. So Nick says the pliers are great. He's got a set of them. I don't know if they really. Maybe they do sponsor people, Nick. I'm not sure. I have a guy that he reaches out sometimes and asks me if I want to try something. You're gonna have to pick a set up, brother. They're only like $20. Good video, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do a video, so if you do a video, maybe they'll recommend off each other. You gotta help each other grow, you know. Brian, do you ice fish at all?
No,
Well, you got that buddy heater. I mean, you should be good to go.
that's for when it's like below 50. I'm not. I already listen. I already complained enough about all the crap that I got to carry when I carp fish. Imagine all the crap you got to carry when you ice fish: auger, shanty, heater, bait, poles, chairs. Nope.
Well, a lot of those guys have like a shanty or whatever they call it, and they're in there.
If you live up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't get that. I mean, we don't get 12-inch thick ice or whatnot. It might be 5 or 6.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody said the Richmond Reservoir was frozen already. That's crazy. It usually takes a lot for that.
Yeah, well, it probably is in certain areas like the coves.
Yeah.
But out towards the middle, it's probably not.
Because they have aerators and all kinds of stuff, you know. That's where the city drinking water comes from, I believe. So,
I've never seen any aerators out there, but I don't go out there as often. And if I do, I fish
Oh,
by the
really?
bridge.
Yeah, there's a bunch of aerators. If you go where the playground is and look out there, I mean, it's got
Yeah.
aerators all over it.
I go to the bridge and fish typically.
Yeah. Jerry says he doesn't care how thick the ice is. He's not standing on top of it. And I am with you, brother. The
Yeah.
heck with that, man. The heck with that. I get so many people that try to get me out on the ice, and something about it, man. I'm just call me a wimp, call me whatever you want. I'm scared of it. So, a couple ways I don't want to go, and one of them is freezing to death and drowning at the same time in a lake. That's just one way I do not want to go.
No.
I was invited on the Ohio River coming up here, but I know he likes to drive that boat pretty crazy, so I declined that one because you
I'll
go
go.
to Ohio, man, in the main channel, you probably not coming back out of it. You know that current's crazy.
I'll go.
He'll take you out. I'll tell you that. My wife said I'm not allowed to, so that's good. So it's not that I'm scared, guys. I'm not a wimp. I would go, but my wife don't want me to. That's the only reason I'm not going. It's not because I'm a wimp. Let's see here. Yeah, Roger said she's the boss. You know it, brother. Happy wife, happy life. So that's just how it works, guys.
All right, man. I'm gonna pop off here.
All right, Brian. We'll catch you on the next one, brother.
All right, just let me know, bud.
Yep. See you, man.
See ya.
But yeah, it's not because I'm a wimp, guys. Like I said, she just won't let me. If it wasn't for that, I would. Clayton, you want to pop in here? What, man? He's being all shy. At least he's down here sitting with me tonight. So, guys, trying to think what we went over on my favorites. We got the bite alarm, which is great for anybody. These things are super cheap. Super cheap. A couple bucks, clip it on your rod. I mean, it don't get no better. I'll kind of show you guys how it works, really. The proper way is if you have a spinning reel, you want it to be on top. You want your eye to always be facing. Well, you actually put them back here on the thicker part, but you always want it to be the opposite. So your eye's down here, then that's like that. And so if you got a casting rod, same thing. It's going to be down this way. So when you put your line, once it pulls it, it takes it right out. So awesome stuff. They're only a couple bucks. Even if you're on a boat, I would highly recommend getting them. That way you can kick back and you get a fish on. The current won't set that off. Like if you get trash in your line, it won't really set it off. Oh, Jared, once you reel it in to rebait or whatever, make sure you take it off. If you cast it hard, you'll fling it right in the water. One of my uncle's favorite things are the clip-on bells, where you clip them on the tip. And I'll tell you what, I don't know how many bells that man has tossed out into the lake. It's a lot. I can assure you on that. Yeah, Nathan, like I said, I wouldn't want to. That's just one way I don't want to go. So, I mean, I know we don't get to choose how we go. That's God's plan for us, I reckon. But that's one way that I hope I don't go anyway. So I'm gonna put this rod back over there. What you eating, buddy? Grilled cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Clayton, you want to tell us what your favorite fishing tool is?
Pliers.
Plier? He said his favorite tool is the Piscifun pliers as well. What number of hook do I use? I use a number 2, Zach. And if you're interested in those, if you close out of the chat and then click on the video description, I actually have a link that you can click on and it'll take you right to the ones I use. They're cheap and like I said, any of those links that you guys use, it does help support the stream. Nick, you can't ever guarantee anything, you know what I mean? So that's the one thing about it. Awesome, James. Let me put a link over here. Make sure you have either the YouTube stream closed out or muted, and that way it's not echoing. Hopefully this isn't echoing. There's a link you can click on, James, if you want to join us. I'd appreciate it, brother. Clyde, the alarms, I don't know what they run. They vary. Sometimes they're like $1.80. Sometimes they're $5. I have a link to those as well in the video description. So they just vary. The first time I ever posted a link, I think, this is no lie, guys, I think there was like 40 people that bought them, and they went from like $1.80 up to like $7 or $8 a piece, and then they came back down. So I don't own them, and I'm not selling them. It's just an item I use. But apparently the manufacturer's like, hey, people want them now, so they raised their price. But like I said, they did drop it back down. Roger, did you want to come on and show us any of your favorite gadgets? And like I said, James, I put a link there in the chat. If you click on that, you could use your phone to actually pop in. So pretty cool. We'd love to see what you got. Michael Murillo, if you're still watching, if you'd like to hop in and show us one of your favorite tools or gadgets, that'd be awesome as well. And Jared said he uses the, let me find you there. Well, it just popped out where I can't see it. He uses the Euro style pod and bite alarms. Okay, that's good. Good tip there, Dale. All right, Michael. Well, what are you eating, brother? Before you chomp it down, we need to know. I'm a food connoisseur. What do you got? Dale, like I was saying, my uncle, he loves those. Well, he used to use them a lot, the clip-on bells, and like I said, I mean, if you forget to take them off, the original clip that they come with, I mean, it's crazy. What are you doing over there, bud? He'd cast it, and then you'd hear bloop where the bell hit the water. Roger, there is a link in the video description. So if you actually, if you close out of the live chat and then click on the video description itself, there will be a link right there. Chinese leftovers. Well, I love Chinese food. So I'm pretty weird about the Chinese food that I eat, though. I actually, when I do go, we go to the buffets, and I usually end up eating a lot of the American food with the Chinese food, like the nuggets, and like they have corn nuggets and tater tots. I mix it all together. Looks like we got James. He's just popping in. James, when you're ready, just give me a thumbs up and we'll bring you into the stream, all right? Are you ready? Give me a thumbs up, James, when you're ready. Put it up here. I can't see anything lower. Exactly, Michael. All right, we're going to bring James in. He's a member of the channel. Great guy. We'll bring him in, see what he's got. What's going on, James?
Hey, not too much. I never done this before, but I figured I'd see if my phone would work with it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll show you a couple different tools that I've found useful over time. Let me point my camera down and see if that works.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't know. Is there a lag?
No, I mean, I can see it. There's a delay from what me and you are seeing and what the rest of the screen sees. But
Oh, okay.
I can see it. I see. It looks like you got some pop-ups and then some baiting needles to the right there.
So I'll hold this still for a minute now until the stream catches up. So one of my buddies has a drug testing company.
Okay.
And he's got these spare urine vials that he ends up with a ton extra, and they seal watertight.
Gotcha.
So I put a number of boilies in there. You can put your own glug in, and that way you don't have to bring the entire pot of boilies with you.
Gotcha.
You just have to take, 10 or 15 with you, and you're not carrying a ton.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So and then go over here. These are these Avid set of Avid baiting needles and such. So the nice thing about these is they retract when you're storing them in your tackle box, so you don't break them off.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've never had one that retracted like that. I usually just stab myself with them.
Yeah, I do that too. And so especially with the drill and the baiting needle, like if you have a boilie, you can kind of select your distance.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're putting the boilie on, you can sort of minimize your stabbing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's showing up too well, but you can see how you can sort of select it at a different length.
Yeah.
And so you can control stabbing yourself a little bit less than normal.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like I said, I don't know how many times I've jabbed myself in the finger with a baiting needle. So go to push through something and hit myself pretty good.
Right. That's where I found that these saved me a lot of blood on the river. Again, another one of those urine sample tubes. Put all my fake corn in it, so it's all in one location instead of all the little packets. Just makes it a lot easier to carry around. It's a little bit more of a pain to get the color you want out, but they're all in one spot, so you lose them all or none of them.
Yeah. You know what that kind of reminds me of as well? It kind of reminds me of a pill bottle.
Yeah, you could definitely use a pill bottle. The advantage to these is they seal watertight. And so when you put glug or corn oil or caro syrup or whatever you want to flavor your baits with, it's not leaking all over your tackle box and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So, this here is one of those, I guess you call it a slime container on Amazon.
Okay.
It's a waterproof glug pot, a lot cheaper than, what you're normally buying. They were I think these were about $1 a piece, $1.25. So I can throw a whole variety of pop-ups in when I'm heading out for the winter and not have to, again, carry all the different pop-ups. And yeah, I'm sure there's some flavor leakage between flavors, but still it's, when you're trying to hike in places with a backpack, you're trying to pack light.
Yeah. And, if it's a flavor that they like anyway, I mean, if you got 3 flavors that they like, it's probably not going to matter if they're mixed together. So,
right now, this last tool I have, this is a cigar cutter.
Okay.
If you're looking to trim a pop-up down, I probably can't do it one-handed here. Two-handed, you hold a pop-up in there.
Yeah.
Boom, it cuts the pop-up right in half. No hassle, no trying to trim it with scissors. I mean, this is like 3 1/4, and it just makes life a lot easier.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Actually, I never even thought about that. Hippie wanted to know where he could get those baiting needles at.
Those baiting needles are on Big Carp Tackle. I think you have to. I'll see if I can find them. I think you have to search for them. They're kind of hidden, but I'm pretty sure I've got them on my my wish list here, so I'll see what I can do for them.
Okay. Are you a moderator? I can't remember, James.
Yeah, I am. You gave me that burden to bear, so I'll see if I can put a link in here for him.
Okay, yeah. If you have a blue wrench beside you, that means you can post links and other people can see it. So if you want to post one, feel free. If not, that's good too. He knows big carp tackle, but if you do want to take the time to do it, I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I can accidentally block people like I did the first day. So
Uh-oh, that's not good.
so
Okay, looked like he posted a link there, Hippie. So take a look at it, and might be something you're interested in.
yeah, so
And
those are sort of my different tools of the trade, Josh, from what everybody else has.
yeah, that's awesome, man. Like I said, there's so many different things that you can do and reuse and things like that to just make it so much easier. Just like the urine samples, or what do they call them? A urine. What is it?
He uses them for drug testing, and he has like the drug testing company sends him all these kits that he doesn't know what to do with. When they send him more kits than he has drug tests. And we were talking about it. I'm like, man, I'd like to get one or two of these jars for fishing. And he's like, here, take 6, take 8, because he just otherwise he's got to scrap stuff, as they age out.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. And like I was thinking, I bet you could use pill bottles too, probably. I know where I get bottles for my flavors. They sell like you can buy those there, but they also sell like like a Tylenol bottle. It's like a wide mouth or something. You can get like a wide mouth bottle and things like that too. So that's definitely a great idea to have a bunch of things like that laying around.
Right. Like I loved using pill bottles or like your bouillon cube jars. The problem with them is they don't seal watertight. So when you throw some glug or some get bent flavors in there and you start walking around, now your whole tackle box smells like blueberry.
You're gonna have a mess. I'll tell you something I had. I never did use it, actually fish with it, but it was a hog sauce. It was like a puff fluff or something they called it. And it come in like a round container with a lid on it, and it like somehow leaked out into my tackle box, and it was done. I had to get a new tackle box. I mean, there was just it was it's like a marshmallowy thing with flavor in it, and oh my goodness, it destroyed the tackle box. Well, I use like a tackle bag, and there was just no getting it all out.
Right. And I mean, you can wash a backpack, you can hit it with the hose, but it becomes a mess.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. James, I want to say thank you for being a member. I appreciate that. So, and,
yep. I'll go back to my normal lurking, and if I think of anything else, I'll let you know.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Well, like I said, if there's anything you want to say, just let me know in the chat, and we'll pop you back in, brother. Disney ceiling. Oh, from James there. Was that a Disney ceiling? I didn't catch on to that. Fishing Hippie, I have never used any of the bait runners or reels off of big carp tackle. Now, I have a lot of friends that have. I don't know if they're watching the stream now or not. So if they are, they can chime in. John Smith says he uses a lot of the empty plastic containers. He washes them out. And like mayo, peanut butter, and etc. So that's not a bad idea as well. I've used a lot of different things like that, like the old, like the plastic coffee things that it comes in, even the old plastic, or not the plastic ones, but the old metal coffee cans. I've used those throughout the years to keep a lot of stuff in as well. We got Nick S. He's popping in here. Nick, give me a thumbs up when you're ready, man. He giving me a thumbs up. We'll see what he's got to share with us. Are you there, Rick?
Can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you.
Good. All right. Since we brought up CUDA shears earlier, I gotta take them on the bag. Hold on.
Okay.
First time on video, so yeah, prep not done beforehand.
No problem, brother. No problem.
Oh, no, you get off. Cuda shears.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. They cut braid and everything?
They'll cut. Oh, I got 80-pound mono right here. 80-pound mono.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I find the end of it, professional show here. I'm just so prepared.
You got all the time in the world, brother. Don't worry about
80-pound.
it. Yep. Okay. That's mono. Do they cut braid like that too?
I wish I had braid in here. I don't, because I ditched braid after visiting Tennessee and losing like 12 sets of gear on the rocks.
Gotcha. Where did you fish at down in Tennessee?
I was fishing on Douglas Lake,
Okay.
so I wasn't even on really the Tennessee River, but everything I would throw would get tied up, or even when I hooked them, they would just disappear. These are the PC Fun shears or pliers.
Those are sweet, aren't they?
I love these.
Which ones do you got? I'm trying to see it. It's dark there. Are they the black ones or which ones you got?
Hold on, let me see if I can get turned around so you can get a better light.
I'm gonna
Is this
full
better?
so that way I can see a little bit better. Gotcha. Okay, so yours has the yours are like my blue ones here. You got the Braid Cutter down in the inside the jaws.
The second or third gen, I can't remember which they are. Like I said, if I had a YouTube channel, I would hope PC Fun would sponsor me, considering how much of their crap I use, because I believe in it.
Well, good luck, man. I'd use all kinds of their stuff, and they still don't sponsor me either. So.
Well, they do come with the little storage handle and all that, which it works well. No complaints.
Yeah.
Then this.
Is that one of their tackle bags, or is that a different one?
No, this is one of theirs.
Okay, I've thought about getting one of those so many times and just haven't pulled the trigger on it.
Well, just to give you an idea, open up the big pack. Plano box has, I'd say, 5 pounds of weight in it. Plus, those are all hooks.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of carp fishing. I do mainly catfish, but then cutting board.
Yeah.
I'm not a little dude, and that's I think this is an 11 by 8.5.
Okay.
So that if you're looking at this is a small bag, second Plano box.
Gotcha.
So it holds plenty. Anybody that's looking at getting one of those, I fully recommend it. And little knife.
That's their knife?
No, this is from Walmart.
Okay, gotcha.
This is the $2 and something knife they have.
Yeah.
In the outdoor section.
Gotcha.
I like it because I do some bushcraft stuff as well. 90-degree spine, throw sparks well, and it comes sharp.
Gotcha.
And it also holds an edge well.
Yeah.
But no, I just
have you ever fished Del Hollow for catfish? Have you ever fished over there for catfish?
I've been to I live in South Carolina.
Okay, gotcha. So you're good home.
And yes, we go to Tennessee a couple times a year, money allowing.
Yeah, gotcha.
Just on vacation, usually around the Pigeon Forge area. And my lovely wife is nice enough to let me go fishing, usually in the mornings.
Yeah.
Because I wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Every morning, and she's just like, "Yeah, you can go fishing, then just be back home before we do any family stuff."
Gotcha.
So yeah, I've never been to Del Hollow.
Got a question for you about Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. Then, are
Okay.
you a fan of it? Do you like it? I've been there a few times, and I didn't like it that much.
Well, see, I love it because since we go a couple times a year, we don't get caught in the tourist trap stuff as much.
Yeah. And there's a lot
So
of it. Yeah, there's a lot of
exactly.
it.
But we can get out into like I've never done over the over Gatlinburg thing, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Never done that. But we'll sit there. We might go in January. Like my parents are there right now.
Gotcha. This would be a good time of year to go then. Yeah.
The first time me and my wife went was in January one year. Needed the 4-wheel drive to get to where we were staying just because of the ice on the roads. But it was beautiful. Going in the summer, don't recommend. Way too many people.
Yeah.
And I don't do well with people to start with. So, but if you can go, if you have to go during a high peak season, get out, do your stuff early in the mornings, and be back at your hotel by like lunchtime and relax for a couple hours.
Yeah. I think I've only been there just a couple of times, and every time I went, I mean, there was so many people, and it was kind of like where I live at, we have a lot of little festivals, you know. And they sold like all the same crap on the side of the street that they sell at the little festival here. The only difference was it was like 10 times the amount down there, you know? And it was just, I wasn't a big fan of it, man. But now I could really see having fun going when nobody else is there and going into the mountains and things like that would be a blast.
And see, we even enjoy doing like escape rooms. And they have some really good ones up there.
My wife wants to go to one of those so bad. We don't really have, I think there's one in like Indianapolis or something, but my wife's wanting to go to one of those really bad. So.
If you want to, there's some good ones in the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area.
Mm-hmm.
We've done 3, I think. Sorry, my wife just walked in the room wondering what I was doing.
He's talking to his girlfriend.
Thought he was talking to his fucking self.
I'm Jake from State Farm.
Well, Josh from State Farm. But we've done a couple there, and whenever we go in the wintertime, the off season, there was times we actually got into an escape room, just us and another couple.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So it was quick. It was fun. They're fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just that's a place I don't recommend anybody. It's like going to Florida. Don't go in July.
Yeah.
Or people like to go to. My wife's from Myrtle Beach. Don't go to Myrtle Beach in July.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's hot down there in Myrtle Beach. I went for a Mustang week.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've been down. I've got a Mustang. I know you don't like Fords, right? Was that you that hated Fords, or? Oh Lord, block. Nah, we went
down. Real, I can get blocked. I'm good.
No, we went for a Mustang week down there, and we had a good time. But man, it was hot, and there was a lot of idiots down there for that too. But,
oh yeah.
It's like that for anything, though. That's the thing.
One of my best friends I grew up with, he's got, I think it's I want to say it's a 01 Mach 1.
Yeah.
That he's the second owner, and he takes it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say he won something at Mustang a couple of years ago, and he loves it. But he's like, Bo, he said, next time I go, I might need you to come with me to direct traffic.
Yeah. It gets crazy down there. When I was there, I think there was a few thousand different, cars and stuff like that. So we drove it down there all the way from Indiana, and a lot of people don't think that like the car I have would be reliable enough to do that, but I think we got like 25 miles a gallon all the way there because we kept our foot out of it. But
what kind of engine you running in it?
Well, I've got an 06 Roush,
right,
but it's got a Tested block in it, which is actually from like 03, 04 Cobras.
Right.
It's a Forged 302 stroker now. I've got an F1A Pro Charger on it. meth injection.
Hmm.
I forget what cams are in it now. They're comp. I want to say 12.750s or something, but it's been God probably at least 5 or 6 years since we did it, right, son? Or maybe longer than that. I don't even remember. I kept it all on a computer, my whole build sheet, and that computer doesn't power on anymore. So
Well, see, I'm a Chevy guy, but
yeah,
one of my best friends, he's got a $100,000 used to be a 4.7 in his
yeah,
F-150,
yeah,
and so listening to people talk about building motors, if
yeah,
I still had money, I would do that.
yeah,
But catfish cans become a cheaper option, kind of.
yeah. I
But
mean, stuff gets expensive real
it
quick.
does.
3 different blower setups. You know, when I first got the car, I had a little power dime, which I think it made like 400 and a little over 400 to the wheels. And that was all stock block, you know, stock internals. And then I went with a P, or maybe I went with a D1 Pro Charger. I think it was a D1, and
Right.
it made like 510, which was pushing the stock internals. So that's why we did the engine build. And then it was like, hey, if we're going to build it, let's go with a bigger blower. And
Right.
we made 702 to the rear wheels on pump gas on 93 octane. Which, yeah. I couldn't afford the fuel system after that to go E85. So if I would go E85, I could make a lot more, but I ran out of money. So,
there's that old saying, speed costs money. How fast do you want to go?
yeah, that's true. And the sad part is I didn't even plate it last year, so I never even moved it. I didn't even start it last year, which is sad. And the year before, I drove it through a local festival down here. I plated it, drove it through the festival 4 or 5 times, and then took it back home and parked it. So the car's lived a sad life the last 2 years.
I was like, the first engine I ever built, I turned a 96 350. I still have the truck. Don't have the engine anymore, but I turned the truck into a 396 small block.
Yeah.
And with the marine intake and everything else, it was a Vinci high performance. It was custom ground Vinci cam. At the wheels, I laid down 498 horsepower.
What kind of truck was it?
It's an extended cab 96 Chevrolet.
Well, did you do anything with the rear end, or did it have one wheel spinning when you laid into it?
I got lucky and found a 14 bolt out of a 454 SS 5 lug. So she was running 513 gears with a lock-right locker.
Wow. Yeah, I bet it had a lot of oomph right off the get-go then.
Oh, yeah, I could pass everything except a gas station.
My brother, he's probably not watching, but he's got a thing for the 383 strokers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's built a ton of them. But he always puts it in something like an S10. And usually they're like kind of falling apart, and he'll have he goes all out. Sometimes he'll have 8 to 10 grand in the engine, you know, and it's in like a $500 vehicle, and he'll light it up, man. He'll be going down like on the highway there where it's 4 lanes, and he'll kick it down, and one wheel just eats it off, dude. He'll be going 50 mile an hour, and that one wheel just breaks. So.
Those S10 rear ends, you cannot build them.
He put it in a Toyota 4Runner one time, which was pretty crazy. Yeah, he had a fuel cell, and it was nuts, man. The Toyota, you could walk up and just go like that and put your hand through it because it was so rusty everywhere. It would idle like this, you know, with the cams like, and rust would fall off as it's idle.
That 96 was the first truck I ever owned. I bought it used in 03 when I turned 14.
Yeah.
Just because Daddy told me you need to get a truck so you can get back and forth to work.
Yeah.
So I bought it, and then I got bit by the speed bug, and I said, I cannot leave myself alone.
Yeah.
A 305 turned into a 350 to a 355 to a 383 to a 396.
Yeah.
So if I'd been smart, I wouldn't have done all that. But 408 and a Corvette. That's a LS 408, Dan.
I don't know what he's got. Is there an LS 408? I don't even know.
It's a stroked out and bored over 6-liter. The 6-liters, I think, are 366, and then you take that. They make a kit to go to a 408, which is that's going in an 84 Vet. Oof. That thing will scream.
I'll tell you what, I had an 81 Corvette when I was 17, and it had 50, I think it had like 50 something thousand original miles, right?
Ooh.
And my buddies, I was going through that same festival, they call it Canal Days here. And it's a good looking car and everything, but I pull up to the stoplight and it's like, people are everywhere. But my buddies are like, Vic, turn him over, Vic. I'm like, it won't do it. And they're like, oh, they just call me a bunch of names and stuff. And I was like, okay, man. And I just drove off. That thing registered 85 miles an hour, and it would not turn unless you power braked it. It would not turn the tires over, man. It struggled to do the 85. It looked good though. That's when they had all the emissions and everything was just made no power, man. Didn't matter what you had. Nothing made any power then. So.
Oh, that's luckily I was born in '89, so I missed those bad years, and now I'm in my 30s getting to enjoy the horsepower reboom. Just can't afford nothing.
Well, the sad part is how much everything costs nowadays. I used to mess around with a lot of Fox body Mustangs. I've got a crew cab F-150 that's got that EcoBoost in it.
Yeah.
And according to, what is that? I forget who does all the truck stuff on YouTube, but according to that thing would outrun a stock Fox body Mustang, and it's heavy. So
well, that's the thing. I was a full size guy until my most recent truck. Hold on, get at that. But I bought a 2018 Colorado because I had a wreck, and that thing makes 330 horsepower in a 4,000 pound vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm just like, hold on. Trucks, or especially mid-sized trucks, are not supposed to be race cars, but I'm competing with V6 Mustangs and V6 Camaros.
Yeah, I think they say the crew cab F-150 with the EcoBoost is like a low 14 second, which is like doesn't sound like much, but
that's quick stuff.
Yeah, compared to cars from, like I said, the 80s and 90s, that's outrunning sports cars from that era,
That's an LT5 Corvette in the mid-90s, basically.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite cars was the LS1 Trans Ams, the 98 through 02s. Had a bunch of those. That's one of my favorite cars.
That was what I took my driving test in and failed the first time because I caught second gear leaving out of the DMV.
Well, you're not supposed to do that.
I said, I'm in a Trans Am. I have room. Apparently not. That's aggressive acceleration.
Yeah. What I'm trying to think, what year was the trying to think I think it was 98 was the when they had the one that was all white. I think that was an anniversary, wasn't it? It was all white, had the blue stripes on it, had the blue chrome wheels on it. I've never had one that color, that particular one, but man, that was a gorgeous one.
I'm not as up on Pontiac as I should be, being a GM fan.
Yeah, you should be.
I should be. I got a bow tie tattooed on my chest. But I could ask my dad because he drove Pontiac Bonnevilles for 30 years.
Yeah.
Because he said those cars, they never died. And they got good mileage. And he drives 100 miles round trip a day.
Yeah.
But he was probably the one that got me hooked because the first new car he ever bought was an 81 Monte Carlo SS.
Okay.
So not a speed car, but for 81, good car.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a good one. I have a 1988 Monte SS right now. I actually bought it when I was 16, and it's pretty sad. I might show that in my Mustang. I don't know. I might not show the Monte because I'm embarrassed of it now, but it only has like 110,000 miles maybe or something on it.
Dang.
Well,
I'm an 89 model, and I probably got 110,000 miles on my feet.
well, the thing with this car is, I think I was about 18 or 19. I used to do paint and body work, and I started when I was a kid. But we painted this thing up. It didn't really need it, but some of the paint was faded. But anyway, we painted it up, and it looked real nice. And my uncle had a car lot, so I sent it to Kentucky for him to sell. And it sat down there for almost 20 years, man. And it just sat there. It never moved. It was never started. And he pulled it up here. He put it on his rollback and brought it up here a few years ago. And it's got mold that grew all over the outside of it. Paint's trashed. It literally, the paint's coming off of it everywhere. The interior, how the sun fades it.
Right.
Yeah, the sun faded the red seats in it. It looks terrible now, but if you put a battery in it and pour gas in it, it will fire up amazingly, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you can't kill those old. It's got a 350 or a 305.
Well, they had the 305 HO is what they call them.
Yeah, all 201 horsepower.
If that, man, I'll tell you. But when I was in high school with that thing, I thought I was pimping, man. I was like, this is a race car, boys. And
well, that's the same engine. That's the same engine they put in the IROC Camaros. So yeah, it was great.
Well, they had the tune port. They might have been a little bit quicker, a little bit less weight, but that's what got me into Mustangs, man. A friend of mine got a Mustang, and I'm like, yeah, I'll eat you up, buddy. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid. I didn't know nothing. And we raced him. He got a Fox body, and I was like, all right, boys, we're going to have to switch on over to the Ford game because I done got smoked right here. So.
That was how I used to make my money at the drag strip in that 96. It's a extended cab, 3-inch body lift, running 33-inch tires.
Yeah.
And I destroy Fox bodies because they thought it's a stock truck.
Yeah.
Until I hit the exhaust cut out and they realized, oh wait, hold on, he's making 500 at the wheels.
Yeah.
But
I've never been a guy to really hit the drag strip much. I've had my car there a couple times, and you got to have a cage in it. I forget what it is up here, but you got to have a cage if you break a certain time. So I could get one run, and that was it. So for each time,
ours was 12 seconds. You needed a cage.
Yeah.
And
I could only get one run, and then they would pull me off. So I've only had it there 2 or 3 times, maybe.
But I was like, you're never taking a full size extended cab Chevy to 12 seconds unless you're running massive power. That truck weighs 6,500 pounds.
Brother, I've seen some of the weirdest stuff and do the weirdest things. It's all about how much money you got. That's the most amazing thing about it.
That's true.
If you got enough money, and some people have enough of it that they can, it's like, wow, I've seen some stuff. We used to go up there and watch a lot anyway, but we go up there and I was like, are you kidding me right now? Who would have put that into that? You know what I mean? So, yeah, people do. Brother, I appreciate you coming on. I'm going to see if we can't maybe get somebody else to show off a tool. They're probably getting tired of hearing us talk about cars.
That's what I was about to say. They're probably tired of hearing cars on the
fishing stream, but I'm a car guy, man. It's hard for me to stop, So
I was like, I ain't near as far into it as you are, but there was a time
because I don't even drive mine. I don't even think about my car no more. It's just sitting there. So
I drive a Colorado in my 96, sits with a stock 350 in it because I sold the engine.
Yeah. I almost sold mine because a buddy of mine wanted it, but I promised my son I'd give it to him. So trying to hold on to that promise. He got 3 more years.
I'll drop back into the chat. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, Nick, appreciate you, brother. See you. All right, guys. Dan, where are you from? Where are you from, Dan? Does anybody else want to hop in here and tell us about one of their favorite tools or gadgets? Sorry about that, guys. I'm a car guy. I get into it. I like them all. I like Chevy, Ford, Dodge. Not as much on the Dodge, but some of them I like. A lot of them new Challengers look pretty good. So even the Charger looks good. But anybody would like to join in, let me put a link in the chat here. Love to have some more people come on and talk about their favorite tools or gadgets. Super easy to do. Click that. You can use your phone and hop right in here and tell us what you like to use. I know Nick was showing us his pliers. Jared says no par or no car, baby. But like I said, I have the same ones that he has as well, which are right here. And they are split ring pliers. So are these. You can see by the tip. I don't know if you can see that or not, but these are split ring as well. And then I'll do this, but you can see the cutter right there. So a truly invaluable tool. Excuse me, guys. Also, tell you another thing. I don't know if that's what these are for or not, but see the little holes in it? Sometimes I'll use it for when I'm tying my hooks, and I'll put the barb through that and pull it tight. So I want to demonstrate how good they cut the braid again, guys, because I don't know if you guys are catching that. I'm going to have to try out some of those shears that Nick was talking about, but if you guys see this, we'll get it in there. But you just literally, I mean, I'm not pulling it tight or anything, and it literally cuts it right in half, guys. So I'm with Nick on that. These bad boys, get you a pair. I thought they were a lot more expensive than they were. Because I was actually telling Jareth about them on Facebook. For some reason, I thought they were like 30 or 40 bucks, before, but I think they're only 20-some dollars, guys. So, I mean, you're getting a great pair of pliers and braid cutters in it. So, yo, what's going on, Jake? Anybody else want to hop in here? Dan, you're from Dunkirk, huh? That's not too far from me, brother. I go through Dunkirk every so often, actually. You ever heard of Cycle Solutions up there in Hartford City? It's actually, really, it's in Dunkirk. Really. But it has a Hartford City address. They're kind of in the country there. But that's, my family owns it. Jake, highly recommend it, brother. Rapala makes a good pair of scissors. Braid scissors, is that what you're talking about, Mark? Like I said, I've had braid scissors. I really, really liked them. And then once I lost the braid scissors and used those, I was like, holy cow. Oh, really, Dan? Well, that must have been a long time ago, brother. I believe they haven't worked on anything like that in a long time. I think it's all Harley stuff now. Has been for ever since I've worked there, probably. I don't know how long I've been there. I think I've been there like 12 or 13 years. Ever since then, it was all Harley stuff. They used to do some sport bike stuff as well. Hey, Dylan's in here. What's going on, Dylan? Dylan, you want to hop in the stream? I can shoot a link in there if you want to hop in. Tell us what your favorite tool is. Clayton's in the background. You guys can't see him, but he's riding a toy that made for probably like a 1 or 2 year old. Mark, if you no, he hasn't been a police officer for a long time, Dan. Mark, would you want to jump in the chat if I put a link in there and then come on and tell us all about those scissors? If you have them handy, you could show them in the screen. If you have some braid or whatever and you like to cut it, that'd be cool too. I think the ones I got, Mark, were, I don't know if they were Rapala brand or not. They were from Gander Outdoors, I believe. Oh, no. Clayton's going to get hurt back here. Keep your ears open. Oh, wow. I wish I could show you guys with this camera what he looks like.
I can't get him up.
He's stuck. He's stuck on a tricycle. Oh, awesome, Jake. Yeah, that's awesome, man. 100 yards, I don't care what you say. 100 yards is a good cast. Yeah, Michael wants to know what length it is. And guys, I missed some of the comments. Michael, were you saying that you did a review on the carnivore already? I think you said that might be on somebody else's channel. If you want to link that in here, you can. Heck, send me a link to it on Facebook. I'd love to check it out. Yeah, 100 yards. I mean, I know there's people out there that, I mean, they can cast supposedly 200-300 yards. You know, they have a special talent because I max out just barely over 100. Sure, Mark. If you want to hop in and show some of your tackle, that'd be awesome.
What are you doing in here?
I'll post a link that you can click on. It'll bring you in. And if you could, make sure you have the YouTube stream muted or close out of it first. Also, Mexicat, if you want, I don't know if you're a moderator or not. Michael can, if you're not, Michael can put a link to it right here in the chat. He should be a moderator. But put it up, and these guys might go check it out. I'll check it out later myself. I'll have to try and find it because I won't be able to go back through the comments. But Jake, were you in here when James was going over his baiting needles? Those things were pretty trick, man. They were the retractable baiting needles. They were pretty awesome. Yeah, awesome. And I'll tell you what, I can't wait until it warms up so I can try mine out. Not fishing's killing me, guys. We was going to do this stream on Sunday, but man, without being able to fish, I've been so bored that we decided to stream today. We might even stream Sunday, guys. See if we can't come up with something. Mark, when you're ready, just give me a thumbs up, brother, and we'll pull you in. Yeah, Jake, they were retractable baiting needles. I believe he posted a link where you can get them on Big Carp Tackle. Chiz, the lakes are frozen here, man. I don't ice fish. I do not ice fish. Clayton's thinking about playing some of that. What's the name of that game, buddy?
Fishing Sim World Tour.
He plays that Fishing Sim World Tour. We thought about doing a stream on that one day where he goes on there and catches some of the big ones. Bud, please, you'll dial that blade on there. What's the biggest one you caught on that game?
76.
76-pound mirror or catfish?
Catfish.
Catfish.
The biggest carp is 72.
You wish it was cooler than 70, Jake? That's perfect weather, brother. Yeah, Jake. Like I said, he did post a link earlier. I don't know. You probably won't be able to find it. I can't remember how long ago it was. If he's still here, he might post it again. But it was on Big Carp Tackle is where he found him. But yeah, Clayton might do a little stream on the catching some fish. Mark, are you ready? If you are, give me a thumbs up, brother. All right, we're going to bring Mark in here, and he's going to talk about some of his favorite tackle and tools and all that good stuff. Hey, Mark, how's it going?
What's up, guys? Oh, I mainly bass fish, but I fish for whatever.
Yeah, no problem. What you got?
I carp fish too.
Okay.
We got a lot of carp in the Wabash, as you know. I live in
Yeah.
Lafayette, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you say you live at?
Lafayette, Indiana.
Gotcha. That's where Purdue's at, right?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
actually watching the Boilermakers are on TV right now.
Oh, really? Yeah, my daughter goes to Purdue.
Yeah, they're playing Rutgers. So it's been pretty crazy here with the COVID.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well,
Oh.
they're all out till like January or February as far as living
Yeah,
up.
but but the number's been going up. Before Christmas, we had let's see, about 100 and 200 cases a day here in the county.
Yeah.
So
Brother, it's going up everywhere. Where I live at one time, in Fayette County, I think they said 50% of the population was infected at the same time. So
yeah, it's nuts.
I've had it twice already.
Yeah,
I wear a mask. I wear a mask, man.
yeah. I don't think it really matters.
No, I don't either, man. But what kind of tackle you got, man?
Oh, I got I got my tackle box here.
All right.
Let's see.
Good luck, Chiz Park Fishing, if you do get in that tournament.
I got these Eagle Claw pliers that I use. They're nice. Got them when I was in Wisconsin. You ever musky fish?
I have never fished for a muskie.
Well, I tell you, if you ever get a chance, you should try. They're fun to catch. They're big fish, but they fight like crazy. And your carp rods would do all right.
Well, a lot of guys use musky rods for carp fishing.
Yeah, yeah.
The blue BPS ones, they're made for muskie, and they can handle a lot of weight, and, throwing big lures and stuff like that.
Yeah, they get pretty big.
Yeah, they look like a blast. They look like a blast to catch.
I tell you, they're coming up this spring. You should go up to Lake Webster and see if you can't catch you one.
Yeah, you never know.
They got them in Lake Webster there.
Yeah.
So you should see if you can't get you one. I don't know if you ever used a buzz plug, anybody on here, but here's what a buzz plug looks like.
All right.
Arbogast.
Yeah, I've never used one, I don't think.
It's a top water. That's a top water. It's bass lure.
Okay. I've got a buddy that fishes all the bass tournaments, and I'm sure he probably has used several of them.
It's a great lure. I love it. It's like a whopper plopper.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought it looked like. So
yeah. I got a whopper plopper too that I use. Got a loon color. All right, got a call. So, yeah.
Okay. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. One of the baits that I used to love to bass fish with, you're probably going to laugh at. I was just curious if you'd ever used it. The banjo minnow.
Yeah, I've used it.
Now, did you like it? I know a lot of bass fishermen hate it. I actually had a lot of success on that thing.
Actually, I caught a lot of fish with it, so
yeah.
I didn't have a problem.
Me too. Yeah.
So yeah. So I got a whopper plopper, loon color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you bass fish at? Do you do it on the Wabash, or do you fit what kind of?
I try the Wildcat, or the Wabash. Wabash has got largemouth and smallmouth in it.
Gotcha. Have you ever went on up to Lake Michigan? That's probably not too far from you.
You know, I have. I haven't really fished Lake Michigan. We don't have a big enough boat for that, but
gotcha.
But a lot of people fish for salmon.
Yeah.
Or burbot.
Oh, they got burbot. I call them burbot, I think, is what I always call them.
Burbot.
I didn't know they had him up there. They look like a snake if it's the one that I'm talking about.
Yeah, they look like the snakehead, but they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they're good eating if I understand that
Yeah,
right.
a lot of people fish for them. I personally haven't caught one, but a lot of people fish for them.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I caught one at a pay lake. I used to fish pay lakes a lot, and when I was younger, and they used to stock them in the wintertime. And it scared me. I didn't know what it was. I think I was about 12 or 13.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. You ever catch anything on a jitterbug?
Yeah, I probably caught some stuff on something that looks similar to that.
Yeah. Oh, what else? Bleed baits are good. Of course, I've caught a lot of catfish this season or last season. Just using night crawlers
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah. Have you fished the Wabash for bass then? Is there a lot of big ones in there? Or?
Oh, it depends. Yeah. It depends. They
Do
move
have
around a lot.
Do they have tournaments on the river for bass fishing up there?
I don't see a whole lot of boats.
Okay.
Maybe up there by Valparaiso and stuff, but
Yeah.
not by me. I don't see a whole lot of action
Now,
around here.
I saw that there's supposed to be not too far from there a free camping site on the Wabash River. I forget the name of the town, but
Is it well, there's the Ross campground out there by the YMCA.
well, this was like I guess the town, like the people that live there or something, decided to put little camp spots next to the Wabash River. There's a boat ramp there. I wish I could get the name of it, but it was pretty cool. Like you could go there and stay for like a couple days, and then you had to leave. But it was pretty cool. We bought a little camper, and like I said, my daughter, this is her first year of college, so we thought about taking it up there and staying a couple nights and and stuff. But
there's Prophetstown, but that's not free, of course.
Yeah,
if you want to stand, that fills up quick. Or there's, like I said, there's Ross Campground. That's in West Lafayette.
Yeah. This one was before you got to Lafayette. It was probably about 20 minutes or so from there.
Oh, okay.
I can't think of the name of it. And it was cool. Like I found it through YouTube, actually. I was looking up free Indiana campgrounds and somebody did a video. I guess if you contact the local police, there's bathrooms there too. And if you contact them, they'll come and unlock it. And then, which was really cool that they're actually doing that as a community,
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. Because you know how it is. A lot of places nowadays, they don't want people staying anywhere. So,
no, they don't. But, camping's sure skyrocketed through this whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It caused us to buy a pop-up camper and kind of regretting it now, trying to get rid of it. So.
Yeah. Anything you can do outside, people are doing.
Did you notice that during the COVID pandemic, as you want to call it, or if you call it that, how many more people you ran into fishing?
For
me, like twice as many or more were fishing than the previous years.
Yeah, you couldn't find a damn fishing pole.
Oh, you couldn't buy anything from like Walmart or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was gone.
It was gone. It was nuts.
I know I went to a lot of my favorite places to fish, and it was hard to even get a spot at any of them just due to the fact that, a lot of people were out of work or whatever, there's just people all over. So.
Same thing with a bicycle. If you want to get a bicycle, you can find a bicycle.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
But yeah, did you have anything else you wanted to show us, or?
No, not really. Just sitting here talking fishing with you guys.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the show. So
we appreciate you being here, man, for sure.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think we'll run it for a few more minutes, and then we'll probably hop off here and get us something to eat. You guys are probably getting hungry after watching it too. So.
Well, I ate a couple hours ago, so
Yeah.
I'm good.
Awesome, brother. Well, I'm gonna pull you out, and we'll see if we can't get maybe one more person before we end the show.
All righty. It was good talking with you, Josh.
Yep. Thank you for coming in, Mark. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. All right, guys. Can we get one more guy to come in here? Guy, gal, whatever we got. Talk about their favorite tool or gadget. I want you guys to check these little hats out, though, that my wife bought too. Like I said, showed them off earlier, but if you're just now here, this thing is it's a toboggan with a light on it. The light actually pops out, and it's rechargeable. It just pops back in your boggin. And super bright. I don't know. It's got 3 different settings. We'll shine light in the eye over there. It's got 3 or 4. There's 1, 2, 3. So it's got 3 different settings. Tiger nuts, Jake. Tiger nuts rock, dude. Yeah, Nick. Mark got us back on fishing, and then I pulled us back off and got us on camping. So I have a short attention span. I get off on other stuff and continue on that path. But yeah. Jake, I think you asked about the tiger nuts. Let me see if I can find that real fast. There was Jake's comment about the tiger nuts. Tiger nuts rock, dude. Number one problem with tiger nuts. First off, finding a tiger to get them nuts. You know what I'm saying? That's a dangerous job, man. You got to be careful. You could get hurt. I mean, you just got to be careful. But seriously, though, tiger nuts are expensive, man. I mean, they're nuts. Tiger nuts are nuts on their price. Over here, like they're called Shufa nuts, I believe. CHUFA nuts. If you look them up online, look for Shufa nuts, and it's easier to find them that way. But my goodness, they're expensive. I mean, they're crazy. I had thought about stocking them and selling them. You throwing a dart, bud, or what? Throw a dart. He's gonna throw a dart, guys. Boom. Favorite flavor for tigers? About any, really, Jake. That's the thing. Typically, I would just when I use tiger nuts, I have some, but I use them very sparingly, and I don't use a hair rig much anymore. How I would do it is I have a video. I would pressure cook them, and then they're real easy to get a baiting needle in. But after I pressure cook them, I would take and put them in like a container with some, what do they call that? Sweetened condensed milk, and just kind of let that soak into them, and then use them as a hook bait. Don't be hitting that over there, bud. And then flavor my pack to whatever flavor I want on my pack bait, and then boom. Tiger nut for the pickup. The other thing I do is I take a fake tiger nut and put it on the end of the hair. So I'll put the real tiger nut on first and then the fake one on after that. So it kind of just pops it up a little bit. Or you can use like a piece of cork as well. Jake, when I was younger, I used to pay lake a lot, right? That's actually how I learned how to carp fish. And I've done all the different ways. I know some people don't like that or whatever. I wild water now. I've kind of transitioned to the other side of it, but over the last 10 years, I've mainly, even longer, I mainly wild water. There's a local pay lake, and I don't fish it unless they're closed, and then they'll go up and do a live stream or whatever. They'll let you fish for like $10. But I got off track again. I use what I call a pay lake rig for carp. Let me see. I probably have one over here that I can show you. Let me find it. one in there, bro? Might be one over here, actually. Yeah. All right. So I got one right here. And this is what I use now, Jake. And it really cuts down on the time of tying a hair rig and all that kind of stuff. I just use a swivel. And then I use a number 2. Let me see if I can show you guys the hook a little better. This is a curve shank hook, all right? So hopefully you guys can see that. So I use a number 2 curve shank, and it has a bead that slides over it, and the bead cannot come off. So you have to put the bead on over the eye of the hook when you tie it. But when it lays in your bait, I pack my bait around the hook so it lays like this. Once your bait breaks down, it's right in the middle. And that's my favorite setup. You guys have seen a couple videos where I think I did like the hair rig versus this rig. And I've never, out of all the times I've experimented with it, even over the last, I don't know, 20 plus years, I've had just as good a hookup ratio, and it was a lot easier to do, a lot less time consuming. But not that a hair rig's hard to tie. I mean, once you've tied one so many times, they're pretty simple as well. But a lot of people would call it the pay lake style rig, I guess you would say. It's basically like a snelled setup with a bead on it. And just like pickups, most of the time I don't use like a boilie or tiger nuts or fake corn anymore. I use this just like this, and then I'll put like a piece of Kix on it. And what a Kix does with this particular hook, I'll have to see if I can get a video on it sometime, but with the Kix on it, it literally stands your hook up on its eye. Let me see if I can. So it'll stand it up off the bottom on its eye, which seems to really increase your hookup ratio. And Nick does it. He said he uses corn on his. Ever tried a snowman rig? Yes. A zig rig, I'm trying to think. Is the zig, that's the one with the like the fake bug on it? Is that right? I have never used a zig for card fishing. I don't think. Maybe I have. I can't remember. I believe that's the one where it's like get little different colors, and it's like a fake bug, and you can have it float throughout the water column, whatever height you want. So, but would anybody else like to join? If you guys would like to, I'd love to get one more person. If not, we may call her quits here in a couple minutes. So I do appreciate each and every one of you. If you guys haven't hit that like button yet, I'd appreciate it if you could. And if you're new to the channel, I'd really love it if you guys could subscribe. We do a lot of giveaways. We actually have 2 items left that we're going to be giving away after the new year. So well, Mike, I don't call it a dough ball. We call it pack bait. A dough ball, you just want really, if you're using a dough, we've got a video on how to make a good dough ball for carp or catfish, but you literally want that about just barely the size of your hook. And you want to kind of have your barb sticking out. So when they pick it up, if you set the hook or whatever, with pack bait, it's not really a dough. You make a ball. And it just depends. If I want distance, I'll make one that weighs, an ounce and a half or so, and pair that with I'm throwing a 2-ounce sinker, and you can get a lot of distance with it. If you're fishing kind of closer in, you could put a monster ball of bait on and throw it out there, 40, 50 yards, and really draw the fish in. And pack bait, what it does is it breaks down. And then your hook bait is in the middle of that, and that's what the cart does. He comes in sucking it all up and gets hooked on it. Yeah, I remember you was saying that, Jarrett. That's pretty awesome. I think you were saying that on stream the other day. Jarrett, did you want to hop in here real fast? Like I said, I'm going to keep it short because I haven't ate and I'm starving. So, the heaviest weight that I use. Well, I'll tell you the weight that I use all the time is a 2-ounce 2-ounce sinker. And I say it all the time because 99.9% of the time that's what I use. I mean, I've used 5 ounces. I've used bigger stuff, but typically where I fish, I don't have currents that I need something like that. Hey, Brian, you're a little bit late, brother, or we're just getting ready to hop off. But I do appreciate you stopping in anyway. You had what, grilled cheese, buddy? A tractor led. No, I don't reckon I've ever tried one of those. I make my own sinkers. I've got a mold.
I can make you full of cereal.
I used to buy sinkers, but it was so hard, because I guess the supply and demand is crazy. And they're really expensive. So one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to just buy me a mold and go with it. I'm not even sure what a tractor led is, Jake. I may have to take a look and see if I can find a picture of it or something else. Yeah, Jake, like I said, I'll have to take a look. I mean, like a method led, is that basically what you're talking about? Is a method led? That's what a lot of people use. And like I said, they're crazy expensive. They could cost anywhere from a couple bucks up to, I've seen some of them like, I think I've seen some that were $10 to $15. It wasn't that funny. Jareth, I used to sell them, and unfortunately, due to it really, anytime I would pour them, you just you get all that lead in your pores and stuff. And at night, I'd be in the shower coughing my brains up and stuff. And so I don't make any to sell anymore. I found out that it is true. I mean, there's a huge demand for those bad boys because when I first got the mold, I was selling them like hotcakes. Yeah, I have to take a look, Jake. I've never heard of the tractor led. Yeah, I'm not sure. I had never made a sinker before, Jareth, and I just poured mine in, and it seemed to come out pretty good. I didn't really notice the accent, Nick, like I said, but I've got a lot of family from down south. All my family is Kentuckians, except me. I'm a Hoosier. Down there, when we talk about drinks, we call them belly washers. We don't call them sodas or anything like that. You go to the mom and pop restaurant, you're like, give me a belly washer. Yeah, Jake, I know, or I don't know him like on a personal level, but I invited him on the stream last week. He did come in and chat and hang out for a little bit, and I comment on his videos and all that stuff. Sometimes he comments on mine. Seems like a good guy. What were you using to melt the lead and pour with, Jareth? I bought the Lee production pot, where it's got the little handle and you just lift it up and it pours in there. And that worked really good for the no rolls. I know some people use the little pot that they poured over. So, not sure. But yeah, there is a huge demand for no rolls. I mean, well, any sinker for that matter. I don't know where you guys get your lead at, but I'll tell you, if you guys have molds, go to your local tire shops and ask them what they do with their scrap lead or their lead wheel weights. And usually you can get a bunch of them for either nothing or almost nothing. Jake, I'm thinking about doing one Sunday night, maybe all about fishing reels, and maybe we'll add in a second camera and do a teardown on that Chaos 60. I haven't tore it down yet, so something you guys will be interested in. Okay, yeah, maybe that could be it, Jared. Maybe it doesn't have as consistent of a pour as that Lee production pot. The production pot's nice, but it's kind of junk. I got electrocuted by it. It's got a heating element in it, and the heating element like shorted out or something, and that's all metal. So when I touch that handle, I got a nice little jolt, and I haven't even replaced it yet. It's like $20 for the heating element, but I just used a rubber glove the last few times I used it. But it looks like it's easy to replace. Yes, Brian, that'll work out. If you get on eBay, there's a guy that sells a mold for method leads for like, I want to say it's about $40. So that may be a better way to go. Nick, I haven't used the 60 yet. I haven't really done anything but take it out of the box and show it on stream a couple times. A lot of guys like the clutch on top there, so I figured a lot of people might prefer that better than the thumb bar. I kind of prefer it on top. The 50 has a thumb bar, and I was just always worried that because I keep my thumb on the spool, I keep my drag kind of loose, and I use my thumb to play the fish. But I was always worried that it might slip down and hit that thumb bar and have a big problem. But I never did. So, but yeah, Brian, as far as that mold goes, hop on eBay. I think it's not called a method lead on there. It's from I can't remember what country it comes from. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but I think it's like Iceland or something like that. And but yeah, it's like I think it's around $40, and it's a method lead mold. I thought about buying one, but I didn't. Jake, honestly, I would just get, if you're on a budget, get the Piscifun Chaos XS. There's nothing wrong with that reel. I haven't had any problems with it other than it looked like on one of them, the paint was kind of fading on it. Jared said he milled and modified a mold, so into a feeder mold. So, Nick, I was able to hit right at 100 with the 50 even earlier this year when they were brand new. They're dirty now. The last video I did, I haven't even cleaned them once this year since I've had them. I've fished with them a lot. I think I only got like 80 some yards, but they're pretty dirty. And Brian, check. I think it's listed as like an inline mold or something like that, and it's not from the U.S., but it seemed like shipping was pretty reasonable too. But guys, I'm gonna hop off here. I gotta go get me something to eat. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for watching, and if you guys are interested, we might do something Sunday night. Maybe we'll do some real talk or something like that. Break down the Chaos XS60 and just do a little bit of real talk, guys. I appreciate y'all. Hope you have a happy new year. Stay safe and be careful.